Thank you for giving us a few minutes of your time. My name is Susie Balda. I am one of the loan originators at Rehab Wallet, and I am here today with Angela Dunn.
My name's Angela Dunn. I'm the Managing Director at Rehab Wallet, and we appreciate the opportunity to spend just a few minutes with you today to share how Rehab Wallet can help you, whether you're a current borrower or a future borrower of ours, scale your business by getting your funding and allowing us the opportunity to be your preferred lender. So Rehab Wallet is an asset-based hard money lender to experienced investors predominantly in the Southeast. So what we'd like to do next is just share with you what some of the most frequently asked questions have been from previous borrowers, current borrowers, and we're anticipating our future borrowers wanting to know some of the same information. So with that being said, Susie, let's kick it off. What are Rehab Wallet's loan fees and interest rates currently?
Absolutely, great question. First of all, we have no hidden fees. I think that's important to share with our borrowers. Once our origination team sends out a term sheet, you will know exactly what is due at the on closing day. And I think that's important because there's so many different things that can happen through the loan process. We're going to share with you up front really a little bit of what does that look like, right? So first of all, we do short-term loans, 6 months and 9 month respectively. Our short-term 6 month is $13.75. Our 9 month loan, the rate is 14.25. We also do 2% origination fee or $2,000 minimum. And we say that and we share that because we also do, we don't have a minimum amount for the loan. So if you find a great deal that's under $100,000 purchase price and you're going to put $10,000, $15,000 of rehab and still come under $100,000, we will take that deal all day long. So I think that's important for our borrowers to understand and know. In addition to that, we have a $2,000 processing fee. That processing fee does include a BPO. That we use a BPO and we request a BPO for every property prior to closing. We do not use an appraisal, and I think that's important to know as well. It allows us to close our loans a little bit quicker. It allows our agents to be able to give us their BPO opinion without access to the house, and that is what gets us to be able to close a little bit quicker for our borrowers.
And it's not just closing a little bit quicker; it's closing significantly quicker. When you share that business model with our potential borrowers, it almost sounds too good to be true. But I think what I'm hearing and what I've heard from our borrowers is they appreciate the transparency.
They really do, and I think it's important. They tell us every day, right? We have an 85% return borrower within Rehab Wallet. I think that speaks highly from the origination side to the fees that we charge to we have amazing support team from our loan processor, our draw process. It just keeps going on and on. So I think that's 85% return borrower is a pretty big number. We're pretty proud of that.
It's incredibly strong in the industry, and I would just add to that we've averaged that for over 24 months now. So it's not just a 1 month stat. This is something that our loan originators and the entire team play a part in, and that we have maintained for well over 2 years. So super exciting. All right. So what documents do you require at Rehab Wallet? And what's the minimum credit score that might be needed?
Love this question. First of all, we are a very low to no documentation hard money lender. I'll share what that means. First of all, no credit check. So there is no minimum amount of credit. We will not do a soft pull. We won't do a hard pull. There is no credit check, no asset verification, no income verification. Really, we based our loan origination decision 100% on who is that borrower and the level of experience that they have. We do require our borrowers to have a minimum of 2 fix and flip completed deals within the last year or 3 within the last 36 months. And then the other thing is the property. What does that look like? Where is it located? An important note to mention too is we have a very strong foundation in the Carolinas, North, South Carolina, Georgia, Ohio, Virginia. We'll take a lot of rural locations that most hard money lenders will not. So I think that's important to notate as well.
Again, it sounds almost too good to be true. I think many of our new borrowers, because once you become a borrower, you return. You shared that stat of 85% return borrower rate, but many of our new borrowers just continue to think it's just too good to be true. But that's what sustained that return borrower rate. All right, what you got for me, Susie?
So tell us a little bit about why Rehab Wallet only invest in certain states. We are most certainly not nationwide, but tell us a little bit about why that decision was made.
Okay. Well, it wasn't necessarily an intentional aspect in the beginning. It was just that's what we knew. Our founding and managing partner, Kelly Garrett, had flipped for over 18 years, predominantly in the Charleston, South Carolina market. That's where her network was strongest, and it just organically started in the Charleston market. Still to this day, a little over 50% of our entire portfolio is still focused in the state of South Carolina, and it's worked for us. I think somebody smarter than me once said, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So we started in South Carolina primarily because that's where we had the experience, that's where our network was, and that's where the demand was for our product, was within our network. So we've got trusted, established relationships with experienced flippers, borrowers in this area. From there, we were able to expand our network into Georgia, and you hinted a little bit on this before, just the adjacent states. And that also organically occurred. So the short answer is that's where our network is. That's where we have the most knowledge and experience and boots on the ground, if you will, and relationships with successful flippers. And that's a way that we're good stewards of our investors' money, because this is a team effort. Rehab Wallet's only going to be successful if our borrowers are, and our investors are trusting us with their funds to lend it out to people who are going to be successful. So it's all interconnected, but short answer is we want to be in our backyard. We want to make sure that our investors' money are going into assets and with experienced borrowers, and that's how we've built our business model. So great question.
You mentioned a lot about the importance of being in your backyard and being successful, right? Tell us a little bit about, does a pre-approval letter help your odds of getting a deal, right? We have a lot of our borrowers out there trying to make great deals. How does that pre-approval letter really help them?
Okay. Well, in a lot of markets, and this certainly varies, but in a lot of markets, there could be competing buyers or contracts put down on a particular property. And let's just assume, for example's sake, that there's 3 or 4 offers for a particular property or house, and the seller's trying to determine, okay, which one do I take? And let's say they're all for similar purchase amounts, that maybe even all of them are all cash buyers, or they're verbally sharing that it's an all cash offer. But when you get a proof of funds letter that you can place with that purchase contract, and that's delivered to the seller, it only improves your chances of getting that deal. So our borrowers have found and have successfully used on a large percent of our loans that proof of funds letter. So again, short answer is it improves your chances of getting that deal or getting that house into your portfolio as a borrower and making money. It helps our borrower scale, grow, and that's a service aspect for and benefit of being a part of our Rehab Wallet family.
Angela, thank you so much for that. I think that gives our borrowers great information about the pre-approval letters and how they can best use that. If you guys want to reach out to us, please connect with us. You can go to our website, www.rehabwallet.com/borrow. It gives you an opportunity to go ahead and put in your deal. Or if you just want additional information, you can email us at info@rehabwallet.com.